Good evening, I'm Andrew Mulligan. She's Taylor Curtis, and tonight on The Crowd Goes Wild, Lisa leaves Amy to the Fishers. We see which Aussie teams will get a paddling this weekend. Will the Warriors be Walshless in 2023? Drama. And the kicks for those who shouldn't, but did.
All that plus Hoops Heaven and Tyson tongue twisters. But first.
It's going to go at some point. You may have noticed, we've got a different studio tonight. Sky's falling apart. Lol. Thank you for the wide shot. It's very tiny and cold in here. Anyway, leading your CGW Thursday tonight, the goat in a boat is still afloat. Dame Lisa Carrington had to fend off a spirited challenge from Amy Fisher, which came down to a one-on-one shootout race this morning.
Yeah, because that's the thing, you know. Yeah, our woman on the waterfront, our lady at the lake, Christina Eddy, was there for all the drama.
Lake Karapiro is primed for a showdown that canoe racing has not seen before. The crowds are here. They're here in anticipation because the kid, Amy Fisher, is taking on the goat, Lisa Carrington, right here on this lake for a spot at the World Champs. As the crowds kept building, the goat was nowhere to be seen. Hiding away from all the hype, we found her on top of her mountain, no joke, 500 metres down the lake. While the kid was relishing the drama which was about to ensue, pitching her tent amongst the crowd, and then it was all on. Months of hype and pressure wrapped up in less than 2 minutes, our 5-time Olympic gold medalist winning by half a boat length.
Just again, it seems to be the theme of the story. She was spectacular. You know, we were out on the start line and we had a little moment out there. Basically, it was just do your thing.
When we're out there, we're not fighting each other, you know. For both of us, I just said, look, let's just do it together. Let's just go fast.
It is such a privilege to be a part of a contest this intense. I can't even describe, you know, how I felt before the race and all the nerves, all the sleepless nights. And she's brought out the best in me.
Ultimately, though, it was a bittersweet day for Fisher, marking 2 years since she sensationally threw away her Olympic dream and exited the high-performance program following a stoush concerning athlete welfare.
It's certainly been a process of walking through the fire at times, and no doubt it's been tough. But, hey, diamonds under pressure, and I've got a pretty special team around me.
Despite losing the defence of her world champion status, Amy's not done, firing a warning message to Carrington and the program.
Amy 2.0, you know, is growing in the fire. Buckle in, people. I'd say we've got another few years of this. Yeah, it's going to be good.
Next year, I'm sure we'll have the same battle and then again leading into Paris.
So stay tuned. The GOAT vs. the Kid, a series, perhaps most fitting for Lisa Carrington's 4th Olympic campaign.
As scary as it is, you know, I think it's just got to be good for us in our sport.
Christina Eddy, Crowd Goes Wild.
That's just so good, isn't it? Like, Lisa Carrington, amazing, but going against her, Amy Fisher, she was the world champion last time she raced in that competition, but then she didn't go to the Tokyo Olympics because of the whole player welfare thing, but 6 weeks later competed in that world championship, beat the Tokyo silver and bronze.
It's just so unfortunate but so enthralling for sports fans like us who go, wow, some of the greatest are actually having to paddle off because there's only one seat in the boat, obviously. But for Amy Fisher to unpack all that stuff and go to fight against an organisation she doesn't agree with the way they do things, and then have to go up against the greatest to ever do it, and then go that close, it requires so much.
Yeah, and she's on the heels. Yeah,
right
behind her.
Moving to Super Rugby now as the competition is starting to get hot and humid over there in good old Australia. So here's Taylor.
You're right, yeah. Well, it is heating up, and that's for sure. But unfortunately, Joe Moody misses out due to his ACL injury against the Blues that he got 2 weeks ago. But Scott Robinson has high hopes he'll be back in black for next year's World Cup.
Joe's got some grit in him, as we know. He can fight out of some pretty tough situations in those scums. So this is another tough situation for him to fight out of, so we're right behind him.
I think he meant scrums, but the Blues are sitting pretty at the top as they take on the Western Force, welcoming back Akira Ioane after he injured his leg during pre-season in Queenstown. Well, the timing couldn't be better because the Blues are on a roll, winning an 8-game winning streak, and they haven't had that since... when?
1997?
Yeah, 1997.
Were you born?
Oh, 1996. And all aboard, tickets please, because the runaway train Caleb Clark is back on track after he was derailed by this.
Oh.
He looks great here.
Looks great there. That's what they're lacking.
It's what they need.
But not this.
Not this.
Aye.
Caleb Clark has been sent off.
Yeah.
Oh, welcome back, Clarkie. Well, the Chiefs take on the Reds tomorrow night, and they're missing captain Sam Cane, but Luke Jacobson will wear the armband and Quintu Paia stays out on the wing.
Nice.
Now, the Highlanders are feeling most of the heat, and I'm not talking about the one win all season. I'm talking about being in Suva, baby, as they take on the Fijian Drua. And what a place to celebrate Tony Brown's 100th Super Rugby coaching gig.
Is it?
Yeah. He clocks up 100 here.
Get it, Marty.
I bet all he's wishing for are more hits like that.
Yes, Marty. Look at the aggression from Martin.
Yeah.
Does anyone call him Martin?
You do. Martin Banks.
Just me.
But Tony Brown, he celebrates his 100th coaching gig. He got 97 caps as a player. So close.
It's up there with Simon Dill's 98 test wickets for New Zealand.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty bad. Shane Warne got 99, didn't get a century. Mark Richardson called him out on 99.
Similar to Stormy.
Do you know? Oh, yes, Storm.
Yeah.
Well, her knee's fouled her and she's got COVID. So I hope you're feeling better, Storm. Just on the Drua game, so the average wage in Fiji is around about $2, $3. And the cheapest ticket for an adult, well, it's $10 for a kid, Fijian dollars. And the cheapest ticket to go to the Drua to watch the Highlanders play is probably about $20 Fijian for an adult. Why? Then they want it to be sold out.
Yeah, yeah. They'll probably have the biggest crowd there too.
They would have.
Yeah.
But they're not. They're doing themselves no favours. If you're bringing rugby to the people, then let the people go and see the rugby.
Let the people, give them what they want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, if Martin Banks can make big hits, then big old forwards with their gnarled hands and giant feet can kick.
And after a 2-metre tall Kiwi forward put in a lovely kick for the Melbourne Storm on Anzac Day, it got McConey thinking.
Does anyone say Martin?
When Nelson Asofa Solomona put up this bomb that led to a try, people at the park were stunned. Seeing a giant beast with such skill was a shock. So let's look at big forwards who can kick. And let's make it from general play so we don't have to see this from John Eales again. I said we don't have to see it. Thank you. Well, let's begin with the deft grubbering skills of Ron Cribb.
Kick and chase! Brilliant! Absolutely outstanding! Mertens for Cribb. The kick for Cowan. Brilliant!
And Big Ron must have rubbed off on Richie the Goat.
Nicely snapped up by McCaw, puts it onto the boot. Now the race is on. Oh, yeah, I think so. And... yep, no worries.
Ali Williams, former soccer goalie, always backed himself.
And it's got to be a try. Don't have it.
And Irish hooker Keith Wood knew how to punt a ball. But what about the ultimate for a forward, the droppy?
And an attempted drop kick. Yeah, Jono Gibbs.
Well, Matt Dunning hit this one sweetly in 2003.
Looking for a three-pointer. It's there.
But then he realised his Waratahs needed a try for a bonus point to make the playoffs.
Oh my God, sorry.
And how about this one from North Otago prop Ralph Darling?
Ralph Darling, the captain, the front rower, the drop kick. What a play. Ralph Darling, who knew that? Who knew that?
And then there's the granddaddy of forwards doing droppies, Zinni.
Zinzendrook, he's trying a drop kick from a million miles out. What a goal!
Yes, it was real Salt Bay into the wound as the All Blacks hammered England 45-29. Actually, it was only a 16-point win. We needed that droppy, Zinni.
They're moving in herds.
Actually, they move in packs, but you were close, Sam. James McConey, crowd goes wild.
Zinny the goat.
Wow, yeah. Do you know what? That doesn't remind me of your kicking during the DC kickathon.
I almost killed a kid.
Yeah, you did.
Or seriously,
Nearly
like,
took his head off. But he was a really tall kid, though.
it was a really low kick.
Yeah.
It was a combination of factors that meant I could have seriously injured somebody.
Yeah.
But I just got enough underneath it. There's some great kicks there. Ron Cribb, the grubber. I don't think we appreciated what Ron Cribb could do with his boot. All right, after the break. Who's in, who's out, and who's at the integrity unit? It can only be the NRL. The Warriors find a nugget of gold in Gary Payton II. And how the Huskies were taken out by a dinosaur. this morning against Villarreal. That has put them in a good spot to progress to the Champions League final. Is this a double toe poke from Salah to Mane? Double toe poke? What does it mean?
What does it mean?
Joe, I love double toe poke. Wow. Right, the NBA playoffs bid farewell to the Chicago Bulls today. Don't laugh, Annie. I knew which camera I was on, not like last week. Anyway, the Bulls beat the Bucks. They finished them off in 5 games to advance to play the Boston Celtics. Good luck with that. You'll do well, Giannis. The Denver Nuggets were looking forward to avoiding a similar fate in the Western Conference against the Golden State Warriors. The reigning MVP and probable back-to-back MVP, Nikola Jokic, up against 2-time MVP Steph Curry, made it rain on back-to-back third-quarter threes.
In the corner, 3 to shoot. Curry on the launch. Splash! Finds some daylight. He'll shoot and hits again. And here comes Golden State.
And there sat Jokic with a sore hammy and watching on as the Nuggets went cold. They went bucketless for 6 minutes after Boogie did that floater, but when Jokic returned, he put Denver on his back, which is really hard because it's a mountainous city. So up steps Steph. No, actually, it's Gary Payton the second.
Here comes Payton. Full head of steam. Going glass.
Yeah, hello, Gary. Gary Sr. watched on. Seemingly unmoved, Steph chipped in with a nice finish to keep Denver at bay. And then Gary delivered his lines perfectly.
On a drive, low pass, 2 to shoot. Payton has to fire, and he buries it.
Yeah, scoreless the previous game. Dad finally loving it in the stands. But Jokic would not be denied. 12 of his 30 points came in the final 3 minutes and 46 seconds. So as he's done countless times before, Steph gonna Steph Taylor.
Both teams have a foul to give. Curry gets it back, double team. 3 to shoot. Curry, left hand.
He and Payton put the Joker and the series to sleep. Now for the perfect commentary soundbite to finish this highlight package. Here it is.
The Warriors seconds away.
Stephen.
Come on, Prez. What are you doing, man?
What were we meant to say there?
He was going to say something prophetic. He would have had, as a commentator, he would have had something nice. And they were like, it's taken too long. Later, Bolt. Yeah, all right. The NZNBL makes its long-awaited return this week. Tonight is a game, but later, the Auckland Huskies, who have evolved into a creature with less fur, more scales, and longer life expectancy, the Auckland Tuatara.
They came 4th last season and they're aiming higher this time round. It's Tuatara basketball launch day and I, for one, am excited to meet a certain former NBA player who brought the magic for Auckland last season.
Chris Johnson. Oh, the 360!
What's he like? What's he like as a player?
I mean, we can bring him over if you want.
Yeah, let's bring him
CJ.
over. CJ was halfway through a donut, so Coach Aaron did the talking, and he had some sweet things to say.
He has a unique talent for his size. You know, he's skilled, he can pass, he can shoot. You don't see that here in New Zealand that often. So when we brought him in, we basically said, like, you play your game and we'll play around you. And that's what we look to do again this year.
Yes, he plans to take Tuatara to new heights this season. How tall are you?
6'11".
Alongside the freshly signed Breakers star, Rob Lowe.
That's going to be fun. I've been waiting to play with Rob for 12 months now, especially after the last 2 practices. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, Chris is going to play point guard this year. So, we worked out together during COVID. When we got out of lockdown, he came over and spent some time in New Zealand. So I got to know him pretty well, and you know, getting to play on the court with him will be pretty special. You know, 2 6'11", 7-footers on the court at the same time is quite special.
Yeah, that's a tall order, but the big boys will share their experience with some fresh talent such as Dante Russo-Nance, who had a breakout season last year.
Seeing them come in and how big of a part they are on our team, you can definitely see the change of levels from maybe 2 weeks ago to seeing them here now, which is definitely good because we were looking a bit iffy without them. So,
what are you looking forward to about this year?
Just definitely improving on what I did last year. Like, it was my first season with the team and being in the league, so just making a bigger impact on the team and looking to win the championship instead of just losing in the semis. So yeah. Well,
you got new kit, new name, and we've got a new hairstyle idea for you. Out of these two, even.
Actually, I don't have enough hair for that one.
Who do you reckon in the team could sport this?
I mean, Charlie could definitely do it. Show us your hair, bro. Give us a little twirl.
I mean, you'd go Charlie, right?
I think Charlie would look better with that, with the whole mullet thing he's going on.
Both Rob and CJ said that you're going to spot this hairstyle.
Oh, I don't know about that. Is that like the rookie initiation or something?
Yeah,
I reckon I could rock that. I reckon? Yeah. With the rat's tail as well. Am I growing out the rat's tail?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Tune in this Saturday night to see Charlie rock the Tuatara mullet against the ears. That's so good. Charlie was saying that he admires Chris Johnson. He had to give him a lift back from training back home, and he was just kind of starstruck about it.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Because Chris Johnson is legit. He went to LSU. I think he's second all-time on the blocks list of LSU, and that is behind Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, and to have someone in your team that's real to look up to.
They are going to literally look up to. But Chris Johnson is legit, so skillful. The Tuatara look really, really good with Rob Lowe there as well. I'm on the call. I can't wait to get into a venue and do some commentary and hear fans and feel the excitement. That's what I'm really looking forward to. Currently now, the Nelson Giants are absolutely smashing the Otago Nuggets.
Oh, what did I tell you? Nelson Giants, yes.
You did.
Yeah.
You're a Nelsonian.
Yeah.
Still to come on the show, Rugby League. Oh, I love guys sitting around a table. And Tyson Fury is always forward with his thoughts.
The crowd goes wild.
Titans were staring down the barrel of only their second loss this season. That was until Rashid Khan stepped up to the crease.
Hit well or not? Hit very well. 6. 3 to get from 1.
Needed a 6 to win, knocked it out of the park. Yeah. Can you believe it? And turn. I know we've all tried to block out the second half of the Warriors on Monday night. But it's important to get some robust analysis of a game like that. Here's the lads from Aussie Podcast Hello Sport with their take.
It was embarrassing last night. They got ripped apart.
They got humped.
Oh, OK. Thanks, fellas. What are your thoughts then, Brownie?
That's a part of sport, isn't it? Yeah, it's you have your good times and bad times.
Oh, OK. Surprisingly chill, mate. And slightly worried Warriors news. The grouchy old men from NRL 360 are growing increasingly certain and grouchy that the club will lose Reece Walsh in 2023.
They'll announce Reece Walsh within weeks.
Oh, he wants to come back, doesn't he? I think that's really his home area is.
Believe it when I see it, Kenty. These guys are a serious pack of doomsayers. Last night, they went on spreading unsubstantiated rumours about Bulldogs management performing medical procedures on each other.
He's castrated the coach.
Yeah, well, I don't disagree there.
It's an embarrassment. It's an insult. Really, really awkward.
Yeah, I'd say that's awkward castrating the coach too, mate. It's up there on the awkward meter. The Wawas returned to their Aussie home this week to take on the Raiders, who are Viking clapping into a rage fit by the Panthers.
Is that really a big focus point?
Yeah, pushing more on Ricky. Get in there, Ricky. Yeah, get in there, Raider Ricky.
It's like that slow clap, hey? Like, you know, when the backs are usually taking ages and the forwards are waiting for us, they just do the slow clap, waiting for you to come in.
Tyson Fury, he knocked out Dillian White on Sunday and promptly retired from boxing at the age of 33. And I'm still in denial. He can't leave us, surely.
I mean, he has been the most quotable man in sports for the last 15 years, and here's proof.
I do believe it was my destiny to become a champion boxer.
Deontay Wilder got his heart handed to him on a plate, getting his face smashed in, his eardrum burst, and his skull cracked. Yes, I'm going to run him over as if I'm an 18-wheeler and he's a human being. Undefeated in 30-odd fights, still good looking, lost me hair, but whatever. Still a fine specimen of a man. I give him his biggest paydays of his whole life, and here he is, this is how he thanks me. Retirement dosser. You got knocked out, dosser. Dosser. He's a big bum dosser. Bum city.
Tyson, good to be with you.
Thank you very much. Guess what? After this fight, he'll be back working in that fast food chain that he was working at. So-called biggest puncher, couldn't even keep a man down in the 12th round.
Yeah,
you big feather duster. Like I said, Wilder is a massive dosser, yeah, and he works for me. He's whispering in my ear right now. Go easy, go easy, go easy. Is there anything the Gypsy King can't do? Including slap him in the mouth.
It's going to be a preview of what's going to happen in the ring, baby.
I believe he's a lemon, and I'm going to squeeze him nice and hard. Listen, I'm going to make lemonade out of him.
Why didn't you take some away with the press?
Can we see your ankles here? Let's see.
Go ahead.
He's got little tiny ankles like a child. Hey. Simply the best, no contest. I'm like a Duracell battery. I go on and on and on and on. Long time out of the ring, but I'm back. Can't believe that he's back. Can't believe that he's back. Fury's back. Let's have a little tickle. Come on. Let me feel this power, the Alabama Slam. The music tied all together now. So bye, Miss American Pie.
No matter what you think about Tyson Fury, because he has a dodgy past, he is entertaining when he's on form.
Absolutely love it. I'm going to miss it. Well, surely we'll still see him in some way. Still involved, surely.
I hope so. He certainly is a draw card. Good night, everybody. On the cave.